Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful empowered harmonizers. And we are zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer question, or really comment rather, and that is, how do you deal with the intrusive thoughts, the ruminations, the sort of dreams that might, surprise you, where you're either dreaming about this individual who had manipulated you, who had abused you, who had lied to you, someone who is narcissistic or psychopathic, someone who had really pulled one over on you and has been extremely condescending and such. And so you tend now to suffer from ruminations or intrusive thoughts. Ruminations meaning repeated thoughts of them. No matter what you do, they are always seem to bear in on your decisions, your choices, where you go in life, what jobs you pursue, what clothes you wear, what foods you eat, where you live. They seem to be inextricably tied to all your choices, and so you tend to ruminate about them or have paranoid thoughts. And this oftentimes is created because of sort of the delusions of grandeur, or their pathological self-interest that tends to permeate your thoughts. And remember, especially in the psychopath, someone who is really antisocial, an intra-species predator, and someone who violates others by knocking down their boundaries, knocking down their standards, and breaking them down, specifically through the tool of manipulation, where you're always thinking about them. So they are always able to stay in front of you somehow. And oftentimes, especially in business, you will find them sort of breaking through normal corporate structures, going in stairwells where they don't belong, going in offices where they don't belong, talking and emailing people where they don't really have the place, sort of mass emails where it's not protocol. They tend to, or they're doing business transactions and then they're calling this person who is, a higher in the organization and somehow has gotten their personal email or their phone number. And these people tend to show up in offices, show up in email, show up in text. So they're always sort of, putting themselves in front of people, telling them what they want to hear, pretending or creating a facade, a front or persona that they are more intelligent, more helpful, more talented, better looking, have the stuff, have the juice, have the DNA, have the attitude, have the money, have the car, have the watch, whatever it is. They really sort of break people down psychologically and physically by always being in the forefront, putting up a front, putting up a show, putting up a negative hostile energy that tends to break people's boundaries and standards down. So they're always sort of running in your subconscious. And this is where the problem lies. This is the cause that has created the effect of the ruminations, which means constantly thinking about them through this brainwashing manipulation technique, through always sort of, trying to tell you what's up, tell you what's the better opinion, the better value, shooting you down, condescending, putting you into a freeze or fawn mode where you're just sort of listening to them like they're the authority. So they create a front of their authority, either romantically. If they're in a romantic relationship with you, they will hyper stimulate you, hyper arouse you, in terms of breaking down your boundaries, which means what protects you, or your standards, meaning they're going to violate you in some way. They're trying to touch you when and where it's inappropriate, and then getting you addicted to this hyperstimulation, either through pictures, touch, innuendos, seduction, especially where it's not appropriate, like in the workplace, getting you distracted, sending you pictures, getting you off base, expecting you to respond while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're studying, while you're working, while you're trying to sleep. This is how they break people down. Basically, they will lead you into exhaustion. And the gaslighting and the brainwashing will then get you to doubt yourself. So it'll get you to a point where you're not able to protect your boundaries. You're not able to protect your standards. You're not able to say no, that's inappropriate, because of their, again, bringing up their pathological self-importance and their entitlement. So they'll work whatever it is. I'm short, so you should listen to me. I'm tall, so you should listen to me. I'm rich, so you should listen to me. I'm your mother, I'm your father. I'm, Portuguese, you should listen to me. They'll use these sort of ploys. It's very much, communicated in their communication style. In other words, if you don't listen to me, you're a bad person. If you don't listen to me, you're going to get in trouble. If you don't respect me, this is going to happen. You will lose my love. You will be out of step. You'll be politically incorrect. So there's all of this sort of tightrope walking that you have to do, which creates the adrenal fatigue, the hypervigilance, the paranoia, which then leads to the social anxiety, the post-traumatic stress syndrome, the ultra freeze and fawn, the fear mode. Next thing you know, you cannot think for yourself, you can't feel it for yourself, you have these repeated thoughts. So this is the action of the subconscious by body and mind, which is getting you to tell you and alarm you that something is wrong. Something is wrong with this person, something is wrong with their communication, something is wrong with the situation, you better pay attention. And the mind really tends to send a lot of neurotransmitter, dopamine, the reward chemical, the feel-good chemical, as well as the, anterior, or I'm sorry, sort of the anti-feel-good at the same time, which is fear, adrenaline, cortisol, the adrenals. So these are all mixed up with like dopamine and serotonin. So it's like chemicals that shouldn't be combined at that level, in my viewpoint. It's like a test tube that's like running over. You're not supposed to mix these in the school lab. You're not supposed to have this together. You're not supposed to combine, but it is put forth, especially in the psychopathic relationship, the high risk behaviors and the addiction. So your body becomes addicted to this ultra strong chemical composition. So just like how people get addicted to cocaine, it is because the mind and body is releasing an excess of that neurotransmitter that is stimulated by doing that drug. So whatever it is, the dopamine, the adrenals, whatever chemical is elicited by that, it's like in such an excess that it carves out an extra thick presence in the mind. So the mind is then, at that level, just like a runner's high, just like, someone who is addicted to that chemical, that feeling, then the mind automatically becomes addicted to that fear. It becomes addicted to that fearful image. It becomes addicted to those fearful words. It becomes addicted to the fear that you might lose this person, which is then, connected then with your survival instinct. So your instincts are then hyper vigilant. They're hyper paranoid. There's the fear. There's the sadness, and then the emotional release, which is your body is trying to process this. So you'll get the ruminations, in my viewpoint. You'll get the intrusive thoughts. You'll get the repeated statements. You'll continue to have a memory where you're in your work and then you're just remembering this situation. It's because of the extreme emotions and extreme chemicals then that are propagated or created by this event, which can be taking place over weeks, months, years, decades, however long you've been involved, is how long your body has been rehearsing and rememorizing and replaying and then reaffirming this vision, this image, this thought, this position, this identity. Mood over time becomes a temperament. Temperament repeated over time becomes an identity, Dr. Joe Dispenza. So part of the healing process is realizing that it's a function of your your mind, your body, your spirit to replay these and say, please deal with these. It's putting these in the forefront to remember. And then, with time, as you separate yourself from the events that have created these feelings, and hence that's why it's so important to have the recovery date, the recovery gift, writing in your journal the lessons learned, asking yourself the astromations and repeating the astromations, going on the emotements. These are all the tools that we discuss here on the channel and content of the book that I'm creating. And for viewers who have asked for me to translate it into other language at this time, no, please, because I'm copyrighting and trademarking this content. So no, I don't want people just freely, creating this material in other language and stealing it from me. That is going to be a copyright issue, and this content is going to be available on the internet for copyright, and I don't want you to get jeopardized or fined for that. So at this time, no. I have people who email me and it's too many to count, so the answer is no. And I'm not doing a book in other language at this time, so we're beginning with the English version. Eventually we might get to German and Indian, as well as Turkish for a lot of those viewers who have requested. But anyway, so it is because your body is still trying to presenting these to you, if you will. So look at it as in a more conscious aspect, and really with the role of metacognition, which means the ability for you to think about what you're thinking about. So right now, I'm thinking that I'm relaxed, I'm at peace, I feel this video is going to be important. So this is like my feelings or my metacognition that is superseding what I'm doing right now. The ability to say, like, this chair is comfortable, the temperature is comfortable, I enjoy talking about this, I enjoy my viewers, please donate to the channel. These are all my feelings. And yes, also before we, as I wanted to say, again, like, this is an example of metacognition I forgot to put in the beginning. Thank you so much for the viewers who have recently donated to the channel. It's viewers like you that keep me inspired and make it all worthwhile to know that you're actually dealing with this real time, and that I can then present video real time. And absolutely, if you would like to participate, please do make a donation. Feel free to do that and participate at the About page now here on Peace and Harmony. There's a PayPal Donate Now button. You can absolutely participate. Your donations would be more than welcome. So, for example, that is the role of metacognition. So your intrusive thoughts, your sort of ruminations are very much like that. So it's what's kind of going on. It's telling you, deal with me. It's telling you that there is an intense emotion that is, tied with your limbic brain, the old reptilian limbic brain, which is millions of years old, which is designed, which was, part of our ancestry back, millions or thousands, at least 11, 12,000 years ago, if not a million years ago, where our ancestors had to, hunt and gather for their food. They had to build the fires. They were living out of fear of being attacked by neighboring tribes or, predatory animals, the lions, the whatever that was out there, the saber-tooths, all the, extinct animals of old that were predatory over the humans. So, these individuals are like interspecies predator when we talk about the psychopaths. So they'll get you to think in a distorted way. They'll get you to feel in a distorted way. They will play on your emotions. They will try to take you over and get you to think in a way that's not natural for you, to be always afraid. Criticism there's been all sorts of studies that have done. Criticism and condescension is received by the body like an attack. Very much, it sort of stimulates the same system, which is like the fight or flight, which is like as if a bear was chasing you, where you're running for your life. So that same system is stimulated and triggered when you are around chronic criticism. People who are condescending, putting you down. creating lies about you, the smear campaign, sabotaging you or scapegoating you, making you the object of negative and toxic projection. So it creates and instills this emotion. So it's like your emotional repertoire. It's what your body knows best. So it's kind of like the body's going, hey, let's play our greatest hits today. Let's go ahead and play that time when you were being yelled at. Now brought to you by the psychopath. Da 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 da. Woo! So your body is like replaying that jig, that I'm abused jig. I'm that abused dance. Let's waltz with the abuser. Let's slow dance. Let's do the victim walk. It's putting your whole body into that momentum, if you will. It's putting your body into that emotional lyric, if you will. It's putting you into that you're a scapegoat. You better dodge. You better do this. You better defend yourself. You better drink. You better shop. You better sabotage yourself. It's like you better put up your dukes. It's like replaying that. And so this is your emotional repertoire. That's why it's so important for you to identify it as such and then just say, wow, this is like the rumination of my past. I've got to snap to and come to the present moment. And I'm now going to do something positive for me. And I'm going to take out my whole integrated, positive, healed self. And I'm going to go and walk it out. I'm going to breathe it out. I'm going to go on a recovery date right now. In fact, I'm going to give myself astramations. I'm going to repeat. Now that I'm no longer abused, I would really love to become. Now that I'm no longer yelled at and feeling afraid, I would love to really feel. Now that I'm no longer being condescended and treated like an imbecile, I would really love to. And then these are all your open-ended questions that are getting you to arrive at that whole healed self, which is your true state. It is your truth. It is your eternal truth. This individual in this experience was like a temporary, even though temporary might have been for 10, 15 years, it's a temporary experience. It's a temporary time. It's a moment it's a chapter in the book of your life. It's a little bit of a segment or snippet of a path that you were on during this journey. So now it's time for you to open up and take your healed self out. That is the recovery date where you're not promulgating, you're not reinforcing, you're not replaying, you're not rememorizing these negative feeling states. You're taking your healed self out. That is kind of like before the abuse, or now that I'm no longer in that abused role, I would really love to become. And then you list 1 through 20, and then it's even if it's at peace, I would really love to become a scuba diver. I would love to become a travel fanatic. I would love to, become a fitness bug. I would really love to become a health nut. I would really love to be a smiling junkie. I mean, whatever it is, I would really love to horseback ride. I would love to be an equestrian. I'd love to become a naturalist, an economist. I would really love to become a business owner. I would really love to become an artist. I would really love to become a naturalist. I would love to become a Buddhist. I would love to become a Catholic. I would want to become a Lutheran. I would love to become a spiritualist. I would love to become a writer. I would love to become a vegan advocate. These are your statements, and then this is your healing path that you must pursue. And you must pursue these on your recovery date. I recommend the recovery date at least once a week. And I recommend that you write this down in your notebook, in your appointment book, where you block out at least 2 to 3 hours for you to take your healed self out and then engage in these activities. Your astramations, which is your I am, repeated by a positive adjective, where you are then fusing yourself with that new feeling state. I am at peace. I am empowered. I am serene. I am protected. I have my boundaries. I am protecting my boundaries. I am my standards. I protect my standards. I am focusing on my bliss. I am close to what I love. I am close to what makes me safe. I'm staying close to my happiness. I am chronically happy. I'm chronically at peace. I am beyond disturbed. And your mind is then holding this in your mind's eye. So I am at peace, and then you're holding a vision of yourself while your body is at peace. I am serene, and you're holding an image of your body in its serene moment. I deserve love, and then you're holding this feeling in your mind's eye, and you're repeating this, and you're resetting your subconscious mind. And you need to do this. This is a process. This takes time. This takes repetition and experience for it to really soak in and become set up in your body, in your kinesthesiology, how you hold yourself, how you verbalize. Yes, we have viewers who have a very difficult time verbalizing the positive. They have a very difficult time verbalizing, I am no longer interested in a psychopathic relationship. I'm no longer interested in a narcissistic relationship. I'm no longer interested in being a scapegoat. I'm no longer interested in being a victim. I'm no longer interested in having ruminating thoughts. I'm no longer interested in being brainwashed. I'm no longer interested in having intrusive thoughts. I understand that this is part of the purge process. This is part of the detox process. Yes, this process is going to go on for some time. 18 to 24 months at least, and the longer you go no contact, the better, because you're not re-triggering. And then as you also give yourself the recovery gift, you're then solidifying on the tangible basis that you are healed. You are whole. You are a healed person. And then you give yourself a gift, a recovery gift. This is done on a specific conscious basis where you go out and make a purchase, no matter how great or small, that is a signal to your subconscious mind that you are healed. You are whole. You are autonomous, independent, and free, and liberated, and separate and distinct from this abuser and the feelings that they have created and instilled and imprinted on you. You are whole. You are healed. You are empowered, and you're now getting in touch with that lifestyle and that feeling of purity as it's purged through you. Like if you can go and sit by a waterfall and just take that in for 20 minutes and feel the purity that washes through you. This is your spiritual truth. This is your infinite truth. This is who you are. You're purified at the spiritual level. You are pure at the spiritual level. Period. End of story. Infinitely. So eternally. So if you understand infinity, that means it never ends. That which never ends runs through you. That is your truth. Go ahead and try to refute it. Try to refute that you are not part of this universe. Try to refute it that you don't have infinite intelligence, the God working through you. Try to refute it that, your body was not made by the Creator. If you want to try to refute it and fight it, then go ahead and try and battle yourself. But really, all spiritual traditions, all understanding is the case. And so we're in a place where we have not created. This is a place that was created by the Creator. So we're getting to know Him, her, it just is. So it is important for you to then grasp onto that concept as part of your eternal truth. And really, it's to understanding that presence loves you and has your back and wants the best for you, including all your wildest dreams and fantasies for relationships, abundance, prosperity, good feeling, good talents, good expression, and that is your greatest potential. That is who you are. But until you feel that, until you know that, until you live that, until you accept it and embrace it and begin this process of healing, especially applying all the tools that we discussed here, is to get you into that experience. And then the more you go on your recovery date, the more you set up positive experiences where you're validating that healed self, and you're not really part of all this trauma, tragedy, mishap, lies, pathology, bad times, wrong choices, getting in trouble, breaking the law, getting in the court system. This is all a promulgation or an effect from oftentimes is connected to that abuse. So you're washing that away. You're going like, nope, no thank you. That's out of my boundary space. No more for me. That was a temporary experience. I am now on the eternal path and in touch with my eternal truth. So all those feelings are like, you want to sweep these away like clutter, like garbage, like let the wind blow it away, let the wind recycle it, let Mother Earth recycle it. You want to get onto that experience of the eternal and letting that guide you. Getting in touch with your higher self, your higher judgment, your better judgment, your better feelings, that which goes, yes, I want you to do this. Yes, I want you to feel this. Yes, I want you to eat this. Yes, I want you to take this class. Yes, I want you to get that job. Yes, I want you to go it alone right now. Yes, we have your back. Yes, I want you to read this. Yes, I want you to watch this. Yes, I want you to listen to this. And then keeping those going on a consistent basis will build up your new emotional repertoire to the point where those then replay. Those then are promulgating you and creating a new momentum in your life for you to do the new. Even if you cry, even if you shed a lot of tears, it's because you're really oftentimes it's tears of happiness that you're now on the right path. And then that alchemizes you and transforms you and allows those toxic chemicals and those toxic thoughts to be washed and cleansed from you like, the greatest antibiotic cleanser. It's like getting rid of those germs. It's getting rid of that disease. It's getting rid of the old you. Sit around, go and take yourself around running water, that can also help to clarify and set up new feelings and positive emotions, the great lakes of serenity, the great lakes that are placid, serene, the great waterfalls, the rivers. Go and sit and take those in. Take off your shoes, allow yourself to gaze on that, and then repeat your affirmations. I am calm, I am magnificent, I am wonderful, I am at peace, I am eternally happy, I am and embrace my eternal truth. And you will begin to feel and reset that wonderful liberation that comes with healing. It's your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe, please donate for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support. Love you. Peace out.